gloomy day here in Riggins, Idaho on a Saturday. So I figured, let's try something and smoke something. So typically what I have in front of me here is a tri-tip steak. And typically what I'll do is I'll just smoke it for about 2 hours till it gets around 135-ish, and then I'll reverse sear it on my Blackstone outside. Well, today being the way it is outside is ugly. I figured let's try something different and let's smoke it. So what my plan to do is to smoke it for about 4 hours around 220 degrees. Come in, bring it back in here, wrap it in some butcher paper and put it back on the smoker and let it smoke or let it cook another 2 or 3 hours till it reaches around 200 degrees internally. So I'll smoke it for 3 or 4 hours. Around 160 actually, and then take it off and then wrap it and then cook it to 200. So hopefully by 5-ish we'll be done. So prior to that, this meat, if you're looking at it, looks kind of like rancid. Well, it's because I marinated it in this Allegro original marinade for past 2 days. Something new we're trying. We usually use Goya's marinade sauce, but here in Idaho we can't seem to find it anywhere. So we use this. We're trying this. See how it works out. So what basically I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it with a little bit of olive oil real quick on both sides. I'm going to spray it down. I wiped it down, and then I'm going to use some special shit. No, seriously, it's called special shit. Pretty good stuff. I will then insert our probe here so I can internally so I can monitor the temperature until it reaches 160, and then we'll go from there. So let's go outside and make sure the smoker's ready and get it on the smoker. Alright, we got the pit at 225. Ready to put the meat on. Alright, here's our meat. Good. Set it on there for now. So again, get the meat on there. It's heating up where it needs to be. It's a little bit chilly outside, not too bad. And we'll check it in 4 hours and see where we stand. Or well, actually, I'll monitor it until it hits 160, and then we'll take it off and wrap it. Until then, we'll see you then. So it's been 3 hours now, 160. I'm going to take it off. We're going to what we call Texas crutch, but we're doing it this way. And we'll check it when it hits 200, then we're done. All right, so let's see. We put it around 10. We smoked it at around 200, 220 for I think it was around 3 hours. Got it to around 160 internal. Then I wrapped it in some butcher paper and got it to around 200. And that took about another 3 hours, so around 3:40, 4 o'clock, more like 3:40 it was done. So I've taken it since then, and I've wrapped it in aluminum foil and stuck it in our little oven here for about an hour. So now I'm going to unwrap it, and we're going to slice into this bad boy and just see if it was worth doing what I just did. It might taste like poo, who knows? So let's try it out. I'm not making a big mess here. Good thing about countertops is near a sink, because you can easily clean them out. Ooh, it's juicy. That's a good sign. Look at that. Looking pretty good. So, now let's carve into this. All right. Let's just go right here. Again, this is tri-tip. Trying to cook like a brisket style. Well, that's not bad. I'm just hoping it's not too dry. That's my worst fear, is that it's too dry. My dogs are over here looking at me like, oh my gosh, I don't care if it's too dry, we'll eat it. So I'm gonna look at this. It's not too bad. It's got some flexibility to it, which is a good sign. Ooh, that was nicely done. Let's try it. Good flavor. A lot tenderer than it was my other method, which was basically smoke for 3 hours, get around 130 for 135, and then reverse sear it. This way here, my friends, it's good. When my wife eats this, she's gonna go, oh yeah, you most definitely got a winner. Good stuff. So good. All right, that tri-tip was to die for. Really good. If there's one thing I would change, instead of pulling off at say 200 internal, maybe 190, 193, wrap it. Not really wrap it, it's already a wrap, but then bring it in the oven or somewhere like cooler and let it sit there for an hour and then carve into it. It wasn't that it was really dry, but I'm just thinking that would be the perfect temperature to pull it off and let it rest for half an hour to an hour, doing the exact same thing we just did. Friends, that was really good. Again, just to recap, I marinate for 2 days in that seasoning. I then put it basically in the smoker for about 3 hours until it reached internal temperature of 160 it was. I then wrapped it in some butcher paper and put it back in the smoker around 220 and until it reached 200. Came out great. Small changes, maybe 190, 193, pull it off and let it rest for 30 minutes to an hour and then slice into it. Other than that, you've got to try it. It is really good, and my wife, she loved it. Thanks, man. See you. Bye.